Hello, my name is Pashupatinath. I'm the lineage authority of a very ancient school of yoga called Trilok Akhada, which was established by the founder of yoga, Shankar Nath, 17,000 years ago. It is my pleasure to bring to you systematic knowledge which has been passed on to me, and now I have been authorized to teach it through whatever means are available in this modern age. Yoga has never been taught so openly before. Please don't be confused about what yoga is. It's not what you do on World Yoga Day. Thousands of people get together and do 108 Surya Namaskaras. That is not yoga. That is stretching. Stretching is good for you. It moves your lymph nodes. You know the lymph system doesn't have circulation like with a pump. It depends on the diaphragm to circulate, and depends upon the movement of the skeletal muscles to circulate it into its various drainages, the kidney, the liver, and finally it's eliminated through the urinary system and the sweat, the skin, and through your intestines. Lymph is very important. It's cleaning the crap. So stretching cleans the crap. But what kind of crap? Even your emotional crap creates metabolic wastes which make the lymph acidic. And if the lymph doesn't move, then you get into really bad physical and emotional problems. So I'm not knocking the World Yoga Day wala yoga. It's useful to move your lymph. First of all, they teach you how to breathe deeply. The movements are designed for you to breathe deeply. The stretches are deep. When it comes to tensegrity of the body, the tensile integrity of the body, the World Yoga Day yoga falls very short. It's not really good. There are better ways to move the lymph, and I'll be the first one to admit that, and I teach that to my students, how to move the lymph in the longevity course. In fact, lymph has been called the longevity juice. I'm saying that the World Yoga Day yoga does move a bit of lymph. So people do get relief and they do get better from whatever they're suffering. It's only because they start eliminating better. It's not because it is actually yoga. So what exactly is yoga? Yoga means worthiness. To be in a state of being yogya. Yogya is worth and yoga is worthiness. Okay? Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But worthy of what? Worthy of this world, this beauty, this nature, your own body, relationships, wealth, mental health, and inner beauty. To be worthy of all of these is called yoga. It just sounds like being a decent person, doesn't it? Well, that's what it is. But it also means to engage deeply with the world. The other meaning of yoga, which people say is union, and it comes from the Sanskrit root yuj. Why would yuj become yoga? They're two different words. But still, even if we go by that meaning, it's to be united and to be absorbed into something other than your ego. What is ego? Maharishi Patanjali has defined it very clearly. I will come to that, but first I want to answer a couple of questions which I got from my listeners. It seems hundreds of you are listening to these podcasts. Thank you very much. I am really happy I'm able to make some kind of contribution to improving your life. But if you really want to repay me, join the longevity course. I open this course so that I will have more people who are going to live long and are beautiful for me to be friends with. But it also gives you the side benefit of living long and being beautiful. Join that course. It also gives me the means to continue to bring you this knowledge. Now suppose you cannot afford the course right now, you can contribute whatever you want. I have put up details on dailypashupati.com/podcast. You can contribute as much as you like, or as much as is possible for you, until you can join the course. In fact, I would be very happy to open an account for you and let you begin the course when you're able to pay the amount for it. Which means I keep a track of how much you've contributed, and when that contribution is equivalent to the first lesson of the course, I will give you the first lesson of the course in return. Alright. Details of this are at dailypashupati.com/podcast. Now, moving on to the questions. The first question I have is, I scheduled a lot of things yesterday, but I wasn't able to finish them. And I wasn't even able to anticipate all of the things that could go wrong, because the things that went wrong were not the things that I thought would go wrong. And when I checked on emotional readiness, I thought I was emotionally ready. But it seems that I was not. What can I do better? Wow. Good job on at least making an attempt. But you learned something. You learned that some of the tasks you put on are ones which you're not emotionally ready for. Now, if you're not emotionally ready but you're mentally ready, I suggest you do what I asked you to do in the podcast. Start a ritual of reminding yourself every hour as soon as you make the schedule, so that you get ready to do the things when the hour to do the schedule comes. Keep reminding yourself with a gong as to why it's important, and also what you'll gain from it and what you'll lose if you don't do it. Remind yourself every hour. And avoid ideas that oppose you doing it. Like, I have to attend a wedding. Can be an idea that opposes you finishing your taxes. And you say, there is great pressure for me to go. I would be judged socially. People would ask me a lot of things. Well, then those kind of ideas are the ones that oppose you finishing your taxes. Okay? So, make sure that if you don't feel even mentally ready, if you don't intellectually feel that this is important, then you just don't do it. Or if you're not emotionally ready and despite all your best efforts you can't come to emotional readiness, then just wait. Things will boil to a point where you'll get ready. Okay? The world is not passive. The world is going to boil and bring it to a place where you have to get emotionally ready. or die. Then you'll do it. But till then, don't move your ass. Just sit down and wait. Isn't that easy? It's not as easy as you think. If you need help with it, sign up for my course. I'll help you out personally. Now, but please do make an attempt on your own. You can do this. I believe that you can do it because I can do it, and so many of my students can do it. It's not something outside the realm of human possibility to become emotionally ready. Study it, you'll get it. Today's talk will also help you. The second question I had is there any way to get ready, emotionally ready, other than routine? Because I think I'm not emotionally ready for routine. This person, I don't know if he's being funny or if he's being real. I'm going to assume that you're being real, okay? Maybe you can listen to music, man. Maybe you can make a playlist of songs that make you emotionally ready. And I have 100 other strategies which I'll be able to give you once I know you. I don't know you, so I can't suggest anything other than music right now. Try that and see if it gets you emotionally ready and it changes your emotion. Maybe movement, maybe dance. Try that. If nothing's working, get in touch with me. Alright. There were many more questions, but different variations of these. I think I've answered them. If you think your questions haven't been answered, please write in again and I'll answer it in the next podcast. Now moving on. Today's topic is the topic of ego. You hear this word tossed around like everybody knows what it means. But actually they don't know what it means. They say you have an ego when you're not complying with their ego. This has happened to me my whole life. I have been told that I'm a very egotistic person. All my life, from when I was 4 years old, I've been told this. Now I'm 41 and I'm still being told this. When will it end, huh? I don't know, and I don't care, because I happen to read the Yoga Sutra, and in the Yoga Sutra it's clearly written what ego is. What is ego? It's of 4 types. It's divided into 4 types. The first one is called Vishesha. Vishesha means to feel very special. Have we all done this at some point in our lives? To feel that we are somehow special? Sometimes you've done it openly, where you've gone and told other people how much better you are than them. And sometimes you've done it so subtly that even you didn't realize that you were doing it. You made a contribution to a favorite charity, you didn't let anyone know that. And then you felt so special and you got high on it. So, anyone who gets success is susceptible to feeling special. When you're failing, also some people can feel special, saying, nobody's as bad as me. That's kind of feeling special, you know. No one has suffered like me. And so on and so forth. People feel proud of their suffering also nowadays. Like, mine is better than yours. So basically, Vishesha is, mine is bigger than yours. You can't feel special without comparing yourself with others. And that's one of the key triggers, you know. You need to gather data about others, you know, but you just gather the right data. It's called selective data gathering. And then you say, look at all this data, I must be so special. And then you believe it. And then you get high on it. So, why am I talking about ego today? Because ego is the only obstacle to any kind of learning. While ego is rewarding in its own way, it gets you high. It gets you uncomfortably high. You may actually think that you're feeling alive and feeling good, but it damages your body. And it doesn't do good for your emotional quotient. It is no good for cultivating EQ, because you cannot be present to other people and you cannot understand what's happening to you. Those who have an ego accumulate backstabbers among their midst, and they don't realize it. So the person who has Vishesha accumulates people who praise them all the time, but might do things behind their back to harm them. They might accumulate a lot of people who praise them, and in return they may give them money, they may give them resources, they may give them time, they may give them a whole lot of valuable things in return for praise. And then you lose your money, you lose your time, you lose your health, and you lose your mental balance. It does not end in a good place. Now, you may not take my word for it, because you might be enjoying feeling special so much. It's an obstacle to yoga. You just miss all the beauty. Your energy gets expended and you die soon. So, it's very easy for me to say, don't indulge in Vishesha. But you won't even know that you're indulging in Vishesha, and that I'll cover in my next podcast. How to know if you're indulging in Vishesha or not. Believe me, I have solid techniques for these. Okay? But I teach them in great detail in my course, so you must join my course if you're serious about getting rid of these things. Obstacles to learning. Ego only causes obstacles. Am I ego free? Yes, I have been from a very, very, very long time, because it's a very technical thing. Someone was telling me, you say that you have no ego, that itself is an ego. No, buddy, that's not an ego. There are 4 types of ego, and here's the second type. Avishesha, feeling unspecial, feeling so common that there's nothing remarkable about you. That is ego. Now, you may not ordinarily recognize this as ego, would you? You would say that's humility. It's the opposite of feeling special. It's humility. No, it's not. That is considered ego also by Maharishi Patanjali. What does it mean? Avishesha. It means another way to lose your emotional balance, because this creates a lot of insecurity. Not like feeling special creates security, okay? I already spoke to you about security in the previous podcast. Those who haven't listened, please listen to it. Insecurity is the result of all the 4 types of ego. But more so with Avishesha, because you just feel that you're not contributing any value to the world, and anything can happen. Your place in the world is not secure by your contributions. And therefore you hesitate, you call yourself an introvert, and then you hesitate. Introverts have ego, did you know this? Everyone who's been calling yourself introvert, according to yoga, you're highly egoistic. Egotistic also. So, what does it mean? You call yourself an introvert, it means that you're suffering from avishesha. Be aware of it. And again I say, be aware of it, but I have to give you the technique, otherwise you can't be aware of it. For now, just let's consider this podcast an education in the yoga definition of ego, and that's about it. It's not going to give you techniques yet, but this is essential. It's the theory part of it. You should know this, okay? So the person who experiences avishesha doesn't ask for what they want. They just take what they're given. And they find it very difficult to ask for something. They don't believe in ask and ye shall receive. No, they don't believe in this. They just take the scraps that are handed out to them. They feel miserable that scraps are being handed out to them. It's a very sorry state. There's nothing to laugh about. It's actually a very sorry state. But it's ridiculous. That's why I laugh about it. Somebody told me that if you don't ask, the answer is always no. But out of charity, you do get a few scraps, and introverts survive on those scraps. It's a very sorry state of being. I hope you're feeling that it is a very sorry state of being. And if you're feeling disgusted by yourself, join my course. I will help you out of this shit. The next one is called Linga Matra. It means to leave your mark on things. Okay? So it means that to be attached, to feel entitled to something without having earned it or worked for it. This is Linga Matra. Jealousy is one such thing. Did you know that jealousy is ego? A lot of people today feel entitled to the attention of their romantic partner or husband or wife or spouse, They feel entitled to their attention without having earned it, without being pleasant to them, without giving any value to them. They feel entitled to their attention. Children are doing this. It's been taught by the media, but it's wrong. And if the person gives their attention to someone else, it's a huge problem. I'm not even talking about sexually engaging with someone else. No, not even that. Just giving attention to someone else is so normalized. Yesterday I was watching